Predator Badlands, directed by Dan Trachtenberg, is a sequel, soft reboot sort of thing, continuation of the infamous Predator franchise. This is now, I believe, the 6th installment. This franchise has been on quite the whirlwind for the past, since it's been created. Obviously, you have the original Arnold classic, and then the ridiculous sequel that took place in a city, and then we had Predator and Predators and The Predator and Prey. So we've had a lot of reform in this franchise, and I definitely feel like they've never really hit it out of the park. Even the original Predator movie, for as much as I do like it and think it's kind of a clever little action film, it's not the greatest thing in the world. So I went into this film with not any expectations, really. I think that Prey was pretty good. I liked that film. It seems like Dan Trachtenberg has a lot of love for this franchise, and it seemed like he was going to take it in a direction that would, at the very least, give the franchise a bit of a fresh take, a little bit of an about face. That's pretty much what we get here with Predator Badlands. A lot of people are really loving this thing, and I do understand why. This is a very fun, very fast-paced, very entertainment-focused adventure action film. Not only is this movie visually very impressive, but Trachtenberg immerses you in the world of the Yatu and really wants you to feel like you are in it with the characters, and I loved all of the sound design. I thought the CGI looked pretty great. I think that the design for all of the creatures and the way he was able to put our main character in peril through the planet of Jenna, and I'm not going to get too much into that because it does reach into spoiler territory, but I do really like that he put the Predator character in a world where he was the prey. That, I think, was a very interesting dynamic, and I really liked the Predator Yatu character that we got here with Deck. He actually has a ton of personality, and I felt that it was the first time that you could ever really connect to one of the Predators. Elle Fanning is also pretty good here. I think that she gets done dirty by a lot of the dialogue here. I think she has a very interesting character and playing a mirror of herself between good and evil. It is very interesting, but I do think that she was kind of reduced to comic relief for most of the time, and I felt like her talents were pretty wasted here. There isn't a ton to really discuss about Predator Badlands. I think that it takes the franchise in a direction that it should be heading into. Like, I like this more kind of adult, more dark sci-fi-esque look of the film. But I don't think they quite nailed the tone correctly, and it ends up creating quite the forgettable experience. If I'm gonna be honest here, there were moments of this movie where I was actively dozing off. I don't think it's really the fault of Predator Badlands. I just think that this may not really be for me. I'm a huge sci-fi nerd. I really like the concept of the Predator. I've never really fully gotten into the franchise as a whole, and I think that this was very much for the fans, and I think that I just wasn't in that target demo. Once again, it really wasn't anything that Trachtenberg and co. really did. It's just the fact that I wasn't gripped enough. This movie didn't absolutely clear my expectations, and I think in order for me to have fallen head over heels for it, or even being like, yeah, go see this was great, it would have had to have really impressed. But Badlands is not a bad movie at all. I found it very heart-thumping. A Letterboxd reviewer likened it to a video game, and I probably couldn't have described it better myself. It's very flimsy character development, or little to none, over-relies on cliche and the narrative and the dialogue aspects of that, but the action set pieces and the world building are all top-notch. It wasn't exactly up my alley, per se. It definitely is the course correction that this franchise needed, and is going to be something that I think fans of the franchise are going to really flock to and herald as like their favorite one. So I'm going to give Badlands a 3 out of 5. Again, more so a personal rating. I don't think it's a bad movie at all. I would recommend go seeing it. However, I do think it was the least interesting of the November 7th releases for me personally. Let me know what you guys thought of Predator Badlands in the comments down below. I'll be coming at you with a couple more reviews. We got Frankenstein, the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein, that is. Very excited for that. And then Die My Love, and also Christie. So a bunch of movies came out this weekend. I'm going to be covering most of them, so look forward to that. And I will see you with the next review. Thank you so much for watching.